Mm. Salutations, all, and welcome to Design Therapy. This is episode number 15, and we welcome you to wherever you are in the world. We have a global audience, and we think that's an incredibly unique and special thing, and we really want to highlight that. So, thank you for joining us. We are your facilitators today. I am your host, Keone Chong. We've got the lovely Mary Gribbin hanging out with us. Hey, Mary. And we've got Jose right over there chilling.
Hello, hello.
Yo, yo. So, guys, we just want to remind you guys that this is an experiment in co creation. And really, we believe in this principle that connection is the currency. Design Therapy, as we host every week, which will change shortly, so be aware of that, is we teach leadership by design. We are empowering the next generation of creative builders. Our goal is to redesign how the world works and to put people over process or profit or products. Human connection over everything. We are the system. Yes, you, every single one of you.
That's how I feel this week.
This week was on fire. So as always, we just want to remind you that this show is sponsored by Core Brand Discovery. If you're interested in checking out Core, you can always check it out at coreismagic.com. And as always, we ask you to like and subscribe. So let's talk today about our agenda. And I'm sorry, but this Explorer tab is killing me and I needed to get that sorted real quick. There we go. So today's agenda. We'll have our drop-in, which is how we like to open the circle. We'll dive into our download, which is about the mindset, and really centering your thoughts. We're going to talk today about this week's theme, which is validation, designing with data. We're going to follow that up with story shares. So we're going to open up the floor so that we can all listen and connect with each other. And then we're going to end with the upload. And this is how we like to close the circle. We'll finalize that with milk and no cookies. And that is our chill session. That's like after hours. So let's dive into this. So we're going to start with a reminder that we have 3 broadcasts happening. We have Monday, we have Clubhouse, and that's 5:30 p.m. PDT. We have Wednesday's Core Office Hours, which is like open Q&A for any and all brand and design related questions. And that's 11 a.m. PDT. And then on Fridays, we have Design Therapy. And that is, of course, 11 a.m. PDT, which y'all know that because y'all rocking with us right now. Lastly, but not least, check out our Systm podcasts. We're on YouTube, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify. And we're really excited to start sharing that content with you guys. Now, here are just some reminders. Starting in June, Design Therapy will be twice a month, and office hours will continue to be the same schedule. And then starting in July, both broadcasts will be for Accelerator members only.
The one thing in the weeks between in June that we're not doing Design Therapy, we'll still do a Friday broadcast, but it'll be focused on the Accelerator and answering questions and showing what we're doing in it, showing the answering any questions and talking about, it'll be like, briefings or Q&A about the Accelerator Circle.
Yeah. So with all of those announcements out the way, let's drop in, y'all. So the drop in, name, location, what do you do? What are your goals for the summer and how can we support you? I'll model that. My name is Keone Chong, and right now I'm in downtown LA, Los Angeles. What do? I am a culture engineer and partner in the Systm. What are my goals for the summer? 2 primary goals. First and foremost, get my brand personally clear so that I can communicate effectively and really lead the community and really push, the growth of the system. Secondly, launch this accelerator and really develop a strong bond between the community members. How can you guys support me? you guys can continue to build these incredible relationships between each other, and continue to show the growth and the attendance that you guys have done for the last year. uh, and my name is Keone, and I am complete. So there you go. That's an example of a drop-in.
It's a good one. I usually have been seeding my drop in, but today we have time. All we have is time. I'm Jose Caballer. What do I do? According to someone yesterday, I make a lot of noise. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but let's just take it. And my goals for the summer, I just got a trainer, so I want to really get my post-COVID body fit, and for the mind also. And the other goal is deep work and focus on core and the other two kits that we're working on, and getting those ready to launch. Just really doing that, and doing it without harshness, just doing it in like relaxation and like connection. How could you support me? It's a good question. Already there's so much support, so much gratitude for everyone in the community. Colleen has done an amazing job of redesigning the core kit. We're working on finishing that right now, but I think it's ultimately holding me accountable for what you need and what support you need, and making the connections to that a lot tighter. So, how can we help your voice? How can I help? I almost feel like, producing, getting people that are looking to, getting us, those of us who are looking to come out and be more vocal in the community and broadcasting, and basically holding each other accountable to consistently sharing our message and who we are. So one-on-ones, anything you need, that's the goal for the summer. Looking forward to co-working, actually. That's going to be fun. So I am complete. Mary gets annoyed at us using Clubhouse mechanics, so I'm not going to say that. Let's see what's better. I'm done. Who wants to go next? There you go. Tino.
Yeah, guys, floor is open, please.
Mary, actually, let's go Mary. Come on, Mary.
Okay.
Birthday girl.
Birthday girl, happy birthday. We got to sing at the end.
Okay, so let's see. I'm Mary, and I'm in the Bay Area. Oh, Papa, you're so cute. Oh my God. What do I do? Well, I take care of my 3 kids, my 2 dogs. I try to take care of myself. And I work with Jose, and I'm working with Jose and Keone and others and you all to create the system. And my goals for the summer. So I'm one of my goals is to have fun because it's summer. So that's like, it's time for some fun, especially after the year we just had. Sorry, there's a helicopter. Similar to Keone, we're on a mission to both expand our social, story, or share our story through our social presence online. So we got to work on that. Looking forward to that. I've always been pretty, honestly, scared of doing that, and not that good at it. So need to learn from all of you here, and would love feedback. And then a big goal that I kicked off over the past couple weeks is really getting a handle on my finances and my financial health. And I'm working with one of our Systm partners to create a kit for creatives to help creatives really embrace that challenge, which is, I think, really common for a lot of us. So I'm very excited about that. That's the goal, is to get that kit produced, and then some other kits that complement core, like Flow and Fire. Those are my goals for summer. And how can I, well, I want to support all of you in just staying integrated in the system and helping you with your goals and whatever we can do, whatever I can do to personally help. And then, yeah, similar to Jose, I would say hold us accountable. Like, I need to be held accountable because I'm a procrastinator. I like feel like I'm just going on and on. I'm gonna pass it to someone else, but yeah, hold me accountable. That's how you can support me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, Mary. I'd love to open up the floor. Paulo, would you like to share?
Hi, Keone.
Hey, man.
Morning, everyone. Let me just put my thing on real quick.
Yeah.
But first of all, super thanks to y'all for just creating this space. I think, man, it's just there's a lot here, and I'm not used to really sharing a lot of this, so please bear with me, y'all. But I have the reason I kind of love this from the get-go is because of the fact that we're talking about design, but we're also talking about, you know, social, economic, political, all that type of stuff together about, you know, capitalism and it's human beings first. And to be honest, in my experience, it was hard to find a design community where, hey, we can actually bring out whole selves as human beings. Anyway, I've had a personal goal of like selling digital art, like with prints and tees and all that type of stuff for a while, like 2 or 3 years now. I started on Etsy, and then I just dropped the ball. And I am a serial procrastinator as well because, especially during this pandemic, it was just so much anxiety and depression that I was like, I don't have the energy for this. But I really think that in 2021, I'm feeling this impetus, like from within, to be like, hey, you know, don't give up on that dream or that goal, right? Because it was part of something to, like I said, not just build something for myself, like an income stream, but for my family and community. So I'm hoping that with the system, as the previous team member just shared, I forgot her name, sorry. But, you know, just that accountability and stuff like that would really be helpful. And just building mutually enriching community where it's giving and receiving, you know? So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for that share. That was really powerful, man. And I love you gave me an insight. I have a couple friends that do a lot of online selling. They sell their own art. And I'm thinking maybe, you know, we should do a conversation with him, maybe bring them into a circle and share how they design and flip their art on Etsy and through Printful and a lot of other stuff. So,
yeah. And real quick, just to add to that is like the other aspect could be like even helping other designers out there find ways that they can build separate income streams.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be art selling, but it could be anything. So yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of really interesting folks that I can bring in on that conversation. So yeah, thank you for that, man. Appreciate you. Anna Parada, would you like to come to this stage and share?
Thank you. So I'm a graphic designer and I also learn by myself to do illustration. And right now I'm trying to create content because I've seen that I've been focusing too much only in what I like to do and not in connecting with people. So right now my focus is to teach and to try to be more consistent in what I'm doing because I feel I am doing it alone and then I shouldn't be doing it just for myself, but for a community. So the way I feel you could support me is by giving me feedback because I'm not really sure if what I'm doing is it gives some value or if I'm just lost.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find my way. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Thank you for the share and thank you for the courage to be honest. You know, here's a question for you. Are you looking for feedback on like design work that you're doing or more about like your brand and your social stuff? Or both?
I think both.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we've got something for you. Thank you so much for sharing, Anna. Let's see. Anyone else? Conde, would you like to share?
Ino raised his hand.
Hello?
Hello. Hey.
Yeah, how are you? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, as I said, my goal is to grow my clients and to deliver, and then master the online market. At the same time, my skill on illustration, because this is something that I love, but I'm not mastering now. So it will be my goal for the months that are coming.
Awesome. Well, Conde, thank you so much for joining us, and we're really glad to have you as a part of the community.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna move into the download. Really excited to have everyone here with us. You know, you guys are a powerful community, and we have everything we need to grow within ourselves, you know, within this community. So we definitely want to emphasize, you know, connecting, building. You know, we have the accelerator coming up, so eyes on that. So let's talk today about, or let's move into
Tino wants to share real quick. Tino wants to drop in.
Tino, drop in, brother.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to say hello again to everybody, old and new. Wanted to say hi, and you know, it's always a big soul refresher to come in and greet you guys. And wanted to say just a quick shout out to Pape and Jose. I listened to your podcast this week. It was so amazing. For those that speak Spanish, like Jose mentioned in his social media posts, if you speak Spanish and if you have a chance to listen to it, it's a can't miss podcast. Those 2 episodes, and Hiper Creativo is Roxana's podcast. It's really awesome. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to that, because it touched on a lot of points that I personally feel in my career, in my personal life, a lot of things. And that's why I keep coming back to the system. You know, sometimes life kind of throws a wrench in the plan, and then you step away a little bit, but you know, I keep coming back to this community, to this collaborative. And so my goal is for the summer is to join the accelerator, reset myself again, be part of this awesome community, and share my story, and then become, you know, the little pebble that hopefully can ripple and help others, you know.
The beautiful thing, and thank you for that, Tino. And yeah, not leaving Roxana out. I think I equated her if Barbara Walters and Douglas Rushkoff had a baby, a German baby that speaks Spanish. You know, her incisive questions and kind of digging deeper into I don't know, it was just like such a good interview. I felt like it was, and Papa and I can flow, but you know, you still like guided it really well. I had never really done a full podcast in Spanish like that. So and Tino, you're an amazing leader, so we're looking forward to having you in the accelerator.
Thank you.
Yeah. Roxana, I asked for her to post the link to our podcast in the thread, so keep an eye out for that and check it out. If you're
and share it too, like share it with everyone, even if you don't speak Spanish, you know, like just share it. Somebody will speak Spanish in your community.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for that. And let's dive into today's download. So, Jose, would you like to talk about the download? You selected the quote today.
Yeah. What was really coming to mind from all of the things that happened this week, there's no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. And, you know, when it's about each other and about how we can support each other and holding each other accountable and driving each other forward, it's really, really powerful. I on Wednesday, or yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, like every day this week, there was something that kind of continued to push me forward as it relates to that, both in terms of when you feel resistance or when you feel like, you know, uncomfortable about something, I usually tune into it and don't try not to run away from it. I had a call on a Wednesday night that I was invited to, and it was about communication and being a powerful communicator, and not about talking a lot or about, like, you know, promoting yourself, specifically about how you communication as from a leadership standpoint. And I didn't want to go on the call. I was just like judging it, and like, it's like, but I did it, and I got so much out of it. And even in the conversation with the person that invited me to it during their breakouts, I had some real powerful breakthroughs with my conversation with him. Thursday, that's the same. The energy was a little bit, I called it Manic Panic, which is a great name for a band, and apparently it's a hair salon here in Echo Park. And it all went back to, it's okay, you know, to do things in community, meaning not to do things alone. In my mind, I was judging myself for not being able to do certain things. In this case, it's been about routines and about, you know, exercise and about meditation, you know, and it made me realize that it was okay. It's okay to hire a trainer. It's okay to do group meditations. It's okay to request help and accept love. When there is this expectation that you have to be there for everyone and oblige everyone, which is, I think, a very Latin thing. It's also a very, you know, designer thing. For me, it's like, yes, sir, I'll help. But then when it comes to doing anything for myself, I'm like, you know, screw this. I'm gonna Netflix and chill with myself and not take care of myself. And it just kept on coming back that it's okay to do it in community, that it's okay to accept love, that it's okay to ask for support, that it's okay to set boundaries, that it's okay to not do anything. You know, it's okay to just rest and take care of yourself. And next week's episode, Mindfulness para la Creatividad. Ooh, I love that. But to me, ultimately, and the other quote was actually what Tino just quoted from Mother Teresa, you know, which is something to the degree of, you know, I can't change the world by myself, but I can, you know, throw a pebble stone across the ocean and have the ripples, you know, impact everyone. And I think that ultimately comes down to the purpose of community. If every single one of us commits to supporting one person in our community, and that one person commits to supporting one person, suddenly we have like connection, which is the currency, and it's invaluable. And finding out those two questions: what are your goals? What are your needs? And how can I support you? And it's unconditional. There's no exchange. There's no, you know, even if there is an exchange financially or a value that happens in any way, the intention has to be in that space of purity. And love is the currency. I love that one. The original quote is, love is the currency. Pape, I changed it to connection is the currency, because just love sounds so like woo-side, but you know, we can use both. Love is the currency. Yeah. So that's the drop in, you know, Mary and Keone. Actually, let's all flow. Anyone who wants to drop in on the drop in. I'm sorry, anyone who wants to drop in on the download, freestyle. Papa's unmuting.
Yes. I'll try to keep it brief, Hania. I'll keep flowing, but I'll try to keep it short. But and I guess connecting with the drop-in as well is my goal. Really, I feel I've been afraid of making the decision to commit 100% to my art and to my vision. It's been a year of growth with the system. I feel like finding this feels like grounding. This really feels like meditation coming on Fridays and Wednesday. It really feels like taking a deep breath and coming back to zero and then starting again and ending the week. And that's why I just keep coming back. But I really want to, like I'm heading again into the chapter of the call to adventure in my hero's journey. Like I came full circle and now I'm going back to another journey. And I know that I always tend to procrastinate or creatively procrastinate on my mission and my purpose as an artist. And I yesterday I was on a plane, and I'm super scared of planes usually, and weirdly, like I've been on a flight 2 times and I haven't felt anything, and it's weird, like having like this peaceful way of traveling, because I've never felt it like that. So just to conclude is I'm ready to be like to commit to myself, and in the process, like committing to the accelerator, it's also scary because it financially it's hard for me, but I want to make the financial commitment to give back to you and to all of what I've received from Jose, from Mary, from Keone. So even though it's hard, I don't want to ask for like discount or anything. I just want to commit to pay and give back fully. And also by being part of it, I want to give back to every one of you, because I've been doing art and illustration for 8 years. Some way I've managed it. Some way I've managed to get social media flowing, and I would love to be able to share that back to all of you. I've heard 3 people today talking about illustration, and here I am, and I joined this purpose of love and connection and integration. And thank you for being that grounding place and that peaceful, because I feel the love. It's kind of cold, kind of warm, and it's so comfortable being here. And thank you.
Thank you for that. You know, I just want to share, I've kind of been going through that journey myself about the commitment to the creative, to the vision, in spite of what everyone else is telling you. You know, I come from a family of academics. You know, my father has like 4 degrees. My mother is a physician. And so growing up, especially coming from, you know, a developing nation, you know, and seeing how poor my family came up, you know, I was told that the only way that you can really survive is through academics and through their system. But they didn't realize that I had my own system and I saw the world completely different. And that was a challenge for them to understand. It still is a challenge for them to understand. You know, my mother still doesn't really understand what I do. Branding. Keone, what is this branding thing? You just launched the company. You just go out. No, Mom, it's more than that. But, you know, this is why we need community. You know, community has been the fundamental principle of how humans have survived throughout time. Why would it change at any point in the future? Why would it change now? We still need each other. We still need our communities. And we still need to have, like, you know, shared values to really unite us and keep us bonded. So Tino, man, definitely felt that. And thank you for sharing.
You know, I want to address that just from the diaspora standpoint, because I think almost, you know, I don't think that you have to be Latin or you have to be, you know, Jamaican or African American to kind of have that issue of, you know, art is just a hobby or design is just a hobby. For me, it's been, you know, the coming from, you know, your family expects or wanted or hoped for something that you did that was more in line to who they are and to what they do and their values. And most of us here are either the black sheep of the family or black sheepish, or, you know, doing something that isn't congruent with our cultures, you know, with our native cultures. And the big download that I got this week is that, you know, I don't have to fight it or prove it or justify myself to them. that I can just be, and that the only answer to it is not a response. It's like, much love and letting it kind of flow through you. Because in resistance and in the feeling of, no, and like you can set the boundary of, it's like, you don't understand what I am and who I am, and that's okay. I love you unconditionally. Hopefully you'll love me unconditionally. And almost like redirect the energy to the community. And there was a lot of judgment on my part for not becoming like who my family might have expected me to become, or for not being like other people, or for not, being able to do certain things that other people do. And that's why I love Pape so much, and why, a brother from another mother who flows in the same way and has a very similar journey. I understand it, and it's okay to be us and to be who we are. And ultimately our impact and our commitment is possible through letting go of, that, and through committing through the way forward, and through supporting each other, and like, promoting each other, and like pushing each other forward. But whether it's in the diaspora or in, even if you're, American, and, it's almost universal that we're going to be different, that we're going to be together. So acceptance and non-resistance is the only way forward, and coming here and getting validation, not from our family, but from this family, from who we are and what we're building globally. Yeah, that's it. So continue, Keone, flowing.
Yeah. No, you really named it. Dexter, is that you, brother?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Emek gang, what's up?
You feel me? We out here. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of Jose, because that was definitely one thing I dealt with coming up. Because my mom is Panamanian, and if it didn't deal with school or some type of grade, like she did not care nothing about that. And one of the most important parts of my journey, like when I got older, was kind of looking back at things and really starting to understand, and really look at, my parents and, other people in my life, as just humans, at that point in their lives, and not as your parent or, whatever relationship, but just as a human trying to navigate life, and being a product of their own environment and what they were taught. And there was a lot of things I was able to come to terms with, as far as, things they said, or, dreams they shot down, because it's like, I understand. It's like, that whole thing of wanting stability, like, I get it. And they didn't have, examples of that, being successful at something, like that wasn't a thing, so I not too long ago got to have a conversation with my mom, just as two people, and really, talk about, things growing up. And it was like a really dope conversation to have with her, just to be able to connect with her as just a human. Not my mom, who I feel like knows everything, or, when kids in your eyes, your parents are just superheroes, and they know everything. But really understanding her on a human level, which was really dope. So, it really got me to this place where I was, just comfortable with not having to live up to other people's expectations, because that was like a big weight on my shoulder. And like the process of like going through that was actually, I almost got in an altercation with a professor when I was at school, and it led to me, having that moment, where not living up to the expectations. Buddy tried to get me out the paint, got me out my classes and everything. But, that was one of those situations where he meant to, take me down with it, but God was like, nah, I got you. So getting on the other end and having a conversation with my mom, and, I'm thinking this lady finna snap on me, but, hearing her say, when you know you got to live your own life, you have to, you know, live your life for yourself, you know, because everyone else is living theirs. It's like the weight off my shoulders is gone. So, you know, I know everybody, you know, on their, you know, on personal journeys and things like that. But you know, that's definitely a dope place to, you know, get to where you don't feel like you have to live up to other people's expectations, because you genuinely don't. And it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to, you know, want to chase the things that you want to chase, because when you're that black sheep, I kind of take it as you're that person in your family that's been chosen to kind of lead, you know, people to a new path, and that's why things are more difficult for you. So if you're in a situation where you're like, dang, it's like, I don't know why it feels like it's just extra on me. It's like sometimes you're just chosen and that's your path. But you know, you've been chosen to be that leader for people and to, you know, be that spreader of love and light, and, you know, to find new ways. So, you know, if you're in that position, you know, all my love, you know, light to y'all. And, you know, I'm with you. I know how that feels. And, you know, as a community, as a family, we push through it together. Because homies help homies, you feel me?
Yeah, man. To whom much is given, much is expected. So yeah, love that.
Hey, Keone.
Yeah. What's up?
Can
Phil?
I add one thing?
Indeed. We're just flowing right now, man. Floor is open.
So I really feel what he was saying in terms of seeing what your parents went through and how that's influenced how, you know, they feel about the direction that you're taking in your career. I think something that helped me, but at first was terrifying, was seeing myself in, like, say, seeing myself in my mom and the issues that she went through, and then relating them to the issues that I went through. And that at first was terrifying, like seeing that, comparing our lives that way. But then after thinking about it for a while, I saw that as a benefit, because I have a full understanding about what she went through, and I could better address how I needed to move forward, as to not repeat further down the line. You know, the decisions that she made. Not saying that it was wrong, because, like Dexter said, our parents did the best way they could in the situations that they were in. But how do we augment what they went through and the mindsets they had to be relevant for where we are in our lives today? So yeah, I just wanted to share that it was helpful seeing the similarities, and also being able to again augment how I think about what you went through for my own life.
Look at that, man. Thank you so much for sharing, brother. So you guys, you know, the floor is open. If anyone else wants to, you know, riff on this or bring something else into the conversation before we move on to the theme, I'll bring back up the original quote that we were talking about. And I'll let this ride out for a couple minutes, and then we'll move on.
Hey, Keone.
Yo,
hi, everyone.
What's up, Amit?
So I would, as Dexter shared the story, right? So I come from a family, like, you know, where my dad expected me to be an engineer after college. And, you know, there was a turning point. Like, I was going to get admission for engineering, but I said, you know, the amount we would be paying for engineering for 4 years of college, like Indian education system, I would like to do animation. So we were on the way, we stopped at the highway. He just asked me a question, what do you really want to do? And I said, I would want to do animation. From that point, I got into animation. I did my bachelor's work, did my master's. And at a point 2 years back, when I was like, you know, I want to change my careers, he was like, go ahead, we are there to support you. So I, you know, still today, they don't exactly know what I do as a UX or as a motion designer. You know, I just say, okay, I work for ad films or I design applications. But their support has always been something that, you know, kept going.
Yeah.
And looking at my dad working, you know, hard day and night, and it has, you know, how to live with integrity and love. That is what has taught me. And, you know, it's just like, I appreciate the work they have done.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate them, man. They brought you to us. So, hey, man, lovely share, and thank you. Bobby, I saw that your hand was raised. What's up, bro?
Hi, everybody. Bobby here. I joined this community to try to refine or redefine who I am. I built my business several years. Now I'm like, who am I? You know, so that's why I'm here. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, brother, we're all on that same journey, and that's something that we're figuring out together. So, you know, you're definitely in the right place, and really grateful to have you with us, man. Thank you for being here. Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll give it about 30 more seconds to ride out, and then we'll move on. All right, y'all. So let's dive in a little bit, and we're gonna just talk about this lightly. We're not gonna go too heavy because we really want to make this conversation around y'all. Like everyone, it feels like we've all had, you know, really difficult weeks, emotional weeks, very heavy weeks. But what we want to talk about is we want to talk about
validation. Oh my god. Yeah. So here we are, validation, and I'm gonna flow it in a very quick and hip hop style without it being too. How would you say? Let me actually make some noise, put some music into it. But one of the things that we've been doing for the process of creating this, and Pape actually did our core, and it was interesting to see how Pape does it, actually quite similar to how Keone does it, because he really got into the story itself and participated in it. So there's this idea of facilitating neutrally, but then there's also this idea of being part of it as a guide, or as a I don't know how to say it. How would you say it, Pape? The how you facilitate, like you're actually seeing it and pulling levers in it, and las palancas. Does that make any sense?
Yes, I'm just feeling the energy, but how can I say it without the woo? It's just listening.
No. Listen, here, this is a woo sound. Like you can say it with the woo. I mean,
it's listening.
Oh, is that? Can you hear that? What is that? Okay, continue.
I just try to listen and being curious about the ways you were, like, people are speaking, and I'm always trying to figure out the why on the brand's attribute, and understanding really why we're doing what we're doing. So even though like this doing core on core, it's weird because I'm also a part of the community, but I was just happy to be together with three minds, and it's like entering the matrix for me. Like I'm on Jose's mind and Keone's mind and Mary's mind, and I have to be honest, you guys are fast. Like it was hard for me to keep up with the conversation because it was just like,
and we were also speaking in English. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. So what I'm gonna do is just flow real quick. Can you guys hear the music or no? My music, or Keone, do you want to bring it? Well, here, I'll do it. I'll do it real quick, and I'll just flow a cappella, which I'm kind of digging. So brand attributes, you know, human-centered leaders, integrated, activated into growth and unity, for growth and unity. Human-centered, we are human-centered leaders, integrated and activated to grow in unity. That just resonates, and those are just the top attributes that came out of it. Social learning platform for creative leaders in a human-centered, integrated way, you know, and doing it activated and doing it to innovate and grow. And unity is the X factor. So like, do you feel that? That's the question that we're validating. The original customer profiles, user profiles, co-creator profiles were these, but we then changed it a bit because you have three, 1, 2, 3, the person, most of us are the consultancy owner, but a young consultancy owner. Most of us are starting something. Most of us have to become executives and operating officers, of our own businesses. So that's almost like a meta kind of layer of it. But when we said these, we just didn't feel them 100%. And Bobby said something about redefining who he is, and someone gave him the nickname of OG leader. So I'm synthesizing this. And as he was saying it, I kind of updated the profile here in the lean canvas of saying, second gen OG creative entrepreneurs. You've already built a business, you're figuring out your life. And for me, my journey has been about integration. I've done many journeys, I've done many quests, lots of come for the booty, stay for the love, for the bounty, lots of bounty and everything that I've done, but continuing to yearn for more because, that's the calling. Then developers and designers in the innovative space of blockchain that came up, and Mary really included that. And we're beginning to have those interactions now in our community. But global creative builders is all of us, right? It's one of those things, and really focusing on those. That's here in the customer segment. And the way this works is, what's the problem? Are these the problems? So we're going to share this. I'll share this in the Facebook group. And, the validation is, are these the problems we're solving? Access to market, meaning business development, access to professional education, to knowing how to run our kind of businesses, access to a peer community to help each other be accountable. But mastery to me is really, I would even take trust off. It's really about how do you gain mastery, and it's not mastery. I would call it integration. I'm not personally interested in growing just skills without growing the foundation, which is the human part. So the unique value proposition, we're connecting, but with purpose. We're transforming the way we collaborate by transforming ourselves. The opportunities that we're coming into are matched based on purpose, experience, and passion versus just on skills or like portfolios. So it's beyond design, that's a real quote, beyond design. It's this horizon that really, or beyond aesthetics, where design becomes something sublime, something above, something powerful in the way that we yield it. And, transformation, inclusivity, integration, and experience. And at the end, this kind of format that happened 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I started as a designer, I became a teacher, and now I'm stepping into leadership. And the transition is always like, how do you go from designer to, this is really to integration. This is the real journey. It's not about wizardry. It's not about becoming a master. And then when you're a transformational leader, one of the things that, you need, which is really what Mary needs. This is Mary, Leah Miller is Mary, creating content, getting to conferences, being able to have her self be out there regardless. And ultimately, healing the community to me is like, love, affection, and deep connections, which is what we're developing here. That's really, really powerful. And it's what's happening. So that's the data. This is data. And then now we validate it, and then we augment it, show it, say, yes, snap, this is what it is. Let's bring in other people like this. That's how it works. And if you're using, these frameworks, these ideas, again, it's user experience, you are able to really create something, but you have to have faith and accountability and continuing to do the work. And now Keone's back and I am done. I would love reflections from all of you, like feedback, like what did you see here and how does it resonate with you as part of our topic today? And are we doing a good job? Are we actually doing what we're saying that we want to do? I am Jose Caballer and I am complete. Sorry, Mary. It's not about Clubhouse. I just love that.
So yeah, let's go ahead and open up the floor. I'd love to hear folks' thoughts on this. You know, what we kind of gave you was a little bit of a behind the scenes of our strategy for what we're building here. You know, as we've said, this is an experiment in co-creation, and we are being completely transparent as we build a product with you guys in mind. Um, so yeah.
And yeah, what you guys are sharing, Keone, you can go back on and put the music back on.
Sweet, let's do it.
By 40K. So.
There we go. Let's get some jams going. There we go. So yeah, guys, why we do that? Thoughts, guys? Designing with data.
Here quickly. Also wanted to thank Jose. He kept sending me invites to join the group, and I'm glad that he did, because I've been so busy like building the business that I never had time. So now that I do have time, I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So here's a follow-up question for you. I know that our Friday broadcasts have really been focused around, you know.
Is Keone's mic low, guys?
Are you guys not able to hear me?
It's a little low.
It's a little low. Let's turn it up a little bit. And there we go. How's that? Is that better, y'all?
Much better.
Boom.
Is
How about
better.
that? All right. Thank you for the heads up. So yeah, Bobby, here's a follow-up question for you. How have you been enjoying our Wednesday sessions, our core office hours?
I really enjoy them. Like I said, I had to carve out time for them, so I can do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I really like it because the topics change, and these are topics that a lot of us have questions. I have questions, even as long as I've been doing them, designing with data.
Yeah.
That was a good topic, for beginners. It's a good topic for them to start thinking about that when they start building their business. I really do enjoy every session. If wherever you don't see me at a session, it's because something really important is happening. But I'm here to stay.
Dope. Well, hey man, we really appreciate your feedback, and we're designing these experiences with you in mind. So thank you so much for that. So hey, would anybody else like to share and kind of give feedback a little bit about our conversation about designing with data?
Yeah, specifically about the profiles and where we're at and how we're adjusting them. So notice that we started with one assumption, now we changed.
Right.
And also to what you need. What do I need right now?
Yeah, floor is open, y'all.
Just wanted to chime in. I think it's pretty cool when you see the progression from the in the next slide, I believe. Keone or
yeah, we can check.
Where
this one? The lean business canvas?
No. The where the transformational leader is. So it's your future self. Yeah, right there. I mean, it's amazing how Jose highlighted healing in the community and love, affection, and deep connection. To me, that's already that's where he is, and that's where perhaps a lot of us see ourselves at. And that's almost a goal in itself. And it's amazing that there's so much more to aspire towards. And I think that's what this community is about. And that's why a lot of us are here. And that's why a lot of us are going to join the Accelerator and continue, attending the office hours and the design therapy, because some of us might be, just in the designer phase. Some of us might be just in the teacher phase. And that's good enough. It's good enough. But the fact that you see that there's so much more potential in yourself and in the collaborative it's just amazing to see, and it's so inspirational. So that it's something, you know, just that in itself makes this this group, this process, everything totally worth it. And I'm very appreciative for one, and I know a lot of us here are as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much for that feedback, Tino. Really glad to have you here, man. You've been an OG with us for a little bit too, man. So
Tino and I go way back.
Yeah.
We go way back. I joined the Systm. I didn't run this exercise, so that's also a reason why I want to run part of the accelerator to do this, because this is also really cool. That's what I want to find out about myself.
Yeah.
Some of these things. I've run basically, you know, core, but I haven't really run the whole offering that you guys have, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, the whole system. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Tino.
Kande. In unison.
How are you?
Hey, we're great.
I really love also the co-creator slide, because it's give like a transformation, and like also a path on what we can do actually, because when you are designer or entrepreneur, you don't have a clear view on where you are going. There is not something that you can really stay on, and this is a way to okay, I have my quite a goal or something like that. I love that.
Thank you, Kande. Yeah, you know, this is when I first saw this slide, and I was a member of Jose's cohort. This was what, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, approximately 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. Yeah. And this slide really shifted the way that I looked at like personas as a whole, and in branding with customers. You know, really what it allowed for me to understand is that we may have different profiles, but generally speaking, they all have the similar values, but they're at different stages in their approach, in their journey. And then when you apply it to your personal core, right? So you really see these journeys of yourself reflected in your co-creators around them, right? When I went through this process and when I created mine, what I realized was all of these different individuals that I was supporting, or that was supporting me in my journey, we were all, for lack of a better word, the same human, just at different phases in our development. And that's a powerful insight. And with that, let's open up the floor to Clifford. What's up, bro?
Hey again. I just wanted to share real quick something that I've been going through, and that is providing value. Sometimes trying to provide value when the client can't necessarily afford me, and I kind of talked about this during office hours, because part of me is very much about. I'm in a space right now where I'm working almost solely with people that are resonating with my core values that I was able to help mind for with you, Keone, and then also through the guidance of Gary. But within that, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people that may not be able to actually afford the service. And I'm trying to balance the need to help them because, for instance, I'll just say one of the people I'm working with, she is developing her own production company that highlights basically content for Black children and children of color. It's really cool thing. So, you know, she doesn't necessarily have the funds, but like she's a real cool person. I've been friends with her for a while, and I'm really trying to provide as much value as I can while also protecting my own time and ability to actually to give of myself without kind of some of the what Jose is saying, kind of exhaust yourself. So that's been a tough balance. I'm also focusing a lot on business development and leads, and that's kind of what the majority of my time is devoted to. So yeah, it's just a slightly bit of a struggle balancing these two needs and, you know, what my values are and the need to, like Jose says, build. You know, I think for a lot of times for especially either Black creatives or strategists, we come from collaborative type of mindset, and a lot of times in the community, you can't really level up to more upstairs things to take care of those base levels. So I've been thinking about that a lot.
Yeah, man. You know, there's this project that I'm working on with Alex Zorita, and it's called Ethics and Aesthetics, or Éticas y Estéticas. And fundamentally, what it states is that the ethics is what defines the aesthetics. The expression is only reflected by the internal, right? The exterior cannot be more than the interior. The interior is the foundation on which everything is built. And I think that's what you're tapping into, man. You know, like you're really focused on individuals that have that same value, and you know, understanding that partnering, as this slide demonstrates, with individuals that share that vision and share that growth in that direction and that trajectory, is the way to stack the deck for success, to stack the deck in your favor, and you know, to really build authentic relationships with potential clients. You know, like how do you turn clients into friends? You know, how do you build deep partnerships? It's through this path, man, and you're exemplifying that. So thank you so much for that share, brother.
Anya, of course. ¿Cómo se llama?
Se llama Katy Shirasi.
Katy, bienvenida.
La segunda, second Hania here.
Y te puedes cambiar el nombre, Katy, si haces clic al nombre, le puedes poner tu propio nombre. Go for it.
Okay, I was figuring that out.
Pero cuando estés listas, when you're ready, just go. You know, what I was commenting on is how fearful I've been of the Wu side, and Pape wants to go. Pape, before Hania 2, you can go, and then Hania 2.
I am Hania too.
Yes, can you go back to the slide for a second, Keone, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at this and reflecting, like, I wasn't really looking for core, and the woo-woo, like, core found me, like, after, like, this specific creative challenge. But when I see, like, make work meaningful, I was just, like, 3 months after going to Berlin, being in Pictoplasma, meeting my Pictoplasma community, like, was the first time I felt that sense of being a part of a group with the same challenges, and realizing there, thanks to my mentors, that I wasn't telling my story. I wasn't adding the meaning of my life and my story to my work. So I was just creatively procrastinating. I was creating a lot of work without meaning. I was just putting the bling bling, the nice clothes, and not showing myself, not being like naked and confident outside the world. And after I realized that, I decided to reframe the story. And through doing that, I discovered myself. And when I found core, it just clicked. It was the last piece of the puzzle where the meaning, just by using words and like everything became clearly, like clarity in their offerings. That's something I didn't know I was looking for. And through core, it just became clear like what psychotropic is about. Who am I talking to? Why am I talking to these people? Why am I talking to myself? And I believe like through this year, it has been an adventure of realizing that I'm no longer just an illustrator, you know, and understanding that the design world is just so big that it's impossible to do it on your own, and accepting myself just as the artist I am. Because I remember the first time I joined the circle, I said that I was a creative director, not having a clue what a creative director does, because I've never worked on an agency, but I am the creative director of my life, you know, and
Absolutely.
Just owning myself and knowing that, you know, there's many things, 99% of the stuff I do, I have no clue on how to do it. And now I see myself as the foundational, like, as I said, not feeling alone, being like growing and having this space and this community to grow. That's where I'm at now. Like I went in a year from the designer or the illustrator to the master of my life and my journey. I'm ready just to like give it away. So, and if this is designing with data, you know, I'm not just saying this for saying it. Like, I really didn't know I was looking to make my work meaningful, and seeing it here just validated to me, and I'm sure it validates to you. So that's why I'm sharing it.
This is so dope. And Pape, you've got a lot of fans in the audience. A lot of people are feeling inspired, man. Such an inspiring share. And I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said, man. And we can see it, man. And we can actually see your growth. But Jose, you've got some thoughts.
I was going to say, Catherine.
Yeah. What's up, Catherine? Welcome.
Oh, hello.
Hey, hey.
Well, thank you so much for having me in this space. I've heard a lot about you guys from Hania. She's been talking about this wonderful group a while since and insisting. And actually, I do believe in the power of community. I love working, especially like with creative people and in different sorts of ambience and fields of knowledge. Actually, today I was listening to a podcast of Pape, and it's interesting to put in like the voice with the face, and because I did connect with the humanity you managed to put in this story. Like I felt it was like very real, like to be able to speak about yourself and your story of how you become, like putting all this mask of ego on the side to really know what you're about. So I'm a little overwhelmed because I just kind of like got in and I listened to a few. I heard something that Keone said about how the outside is a reflect of what it's in the inside, and I totally go by that. Actually, let me introduce a little bit of myself. Sorry, sometimes
No problem.
It's like I say, I'm overwhelmed, like listening to all you guys and kind of like getting in this vibe. Well, as you can see, my name is Catherine Cherasi. I am from Barranquilla, Colombia. I am a filmmaker and a photographer, and so I know the importance of working in a team with people that you can trust, with people that you can grow. And what you were saying, Keone, about the reflection of the outside, it's in the inside. It's something that I love because it's something that I really use a lot in like in my documentaries and what I seek in character development. And with Hania, I've been also like talking about this brand engagement and how you present yourself, because it's so, sometimes it could be easier talking about your project than talking about yourself. So how do you also like become part of it? So, well, I am excited to get to know you. This is really like my first day. So before I like to listen and become all ears and see how I can engage and be of help in this process.
Awesome. Well, Catherine, we're so joyous to have you with us, and welcome to the community. And you know, we've got folks from Colombia here as well, so you know, it's a family.
Nice.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, guys. It is 12:18, so we're gonna wrap up. Doesn't mean that the show is ending. We're gonna have a little bit of milk and cookies, so it's a little bit of the after-hour show where we just chat and hang. So let's, you know, let's move on. Let's dive into what we've got going on next. So, so you know, we've been talking, and conversation is key, right? And dialogue is such an important mechanism of connection and sharing our knowledge and sharing our value. And this is why, you know, we put together the Accelerator Program. So, Accelerator Program will be launching June 2nd, excuse me. If you're interested, send me an email. We've got about 15, 16 folks that have reached out to me that have showed interest. And that's exciting. We really want to have, a really great community to kick the Accelerator program off with. And, we just want to let you guys know what you can expect in the Accelerator program as we prepare for launch. So these are going to be the four primary components that we're going to have. The broadcasts, just like this broadcast that you have here, are eventually going to migrate only into the Accelerator program. And so what we have is we have Friday's Design Therapy. We have office hours, which is any and all questions on brand and design processes. We have those every Wednesday. We're going to continue, and this is something that we've been developing, but we're going to bring in experts, and we're going to continue to have those kinds of topics where we can do deep dives. A great example is Barrett Morse, one of our partners, who is an expert on business modeling and the 7 different business models that exist and how to understand them so that you can align design and creative with these businesses to really prove value and to showcase growth, right? That's going to be one of them that we're probably going to have coming up very, very soon. We're also going to have Circles. Circles is about a safe space where you can practice and develop and hone your skills. The first circle that we're going to start off with, and this is a circle that you actually need to enter into to begin in the Accelerator program, is about your personal story. What is your story? What is your superpower? What is your vision for the future, right? And how you can contribute to a community. We think that that is one of the best ways and the most important ways to be able to step in and provide value anywhere. And that's going to be the first step to join in our Circles program. Next up, we're going to have vaults. And then in the vaults, you're going to have access to real live documentation of projects and work that we've done. So you're going to be able to really leverage our collective wisdom and experience. Not only that, we're going to have like branding exercises. So particular branding challenges or design challenges that you may have, we'll be able to provide exercises that you can use to really grow and get past those things and deliver value to your clients in the situations that you work in. But not only that, like case studies. We had a case study the other day with Motto showcasing Corvus and the way that he executed the strategy, built the design, and then delivered the project, right? We think things like that will be super, super informative and valuable for you in the community. And then lastly, play. It's super important that we let loose and we have fun. So music, we were doing karaoke here the other day. I'd love to DJ sets. So there's a lot of really fun and interesting stuff that we really want to provide. Yoga experiences, meditation. All of these things we'll be exploring within in the Accelerator program.
And like, what does that look like? So for example, we talked a little bit about, Papa said, this is very much a meditation on Fridays. I personally was saying about challenges with my own practice and with my own yoga practice, etc. But look, it's this simple. Scheduled every week, Zoom, 2 people join, great. 1 person joins, great. But just doing yoga together, hey, why not? And integration, and Bobby just responding to a conversation I was just having with Bobby. It's been, I wouldn't say challenge is such a weird way, but kind of similar to how Pape always like caveats. Well, maybe this is a little too woo. Struggling with allowing for that to be the case, for us to do something as integrated and as genuine to who we are and how we want to manifest ourselves in the world. Has been like, there's been so much kind of resistance, but the more that we allow for this vibe and this way of being inside a design community, we know we need to create abundance. We know we need to create our portfolios. We know we need to deal with client projects. But wouldn't it be great if it's all integrated and it's not separated from, our lives and from who we are, instead of it's, showing up just for business, but also showing up for all of it. And that to me is the kind of the goal. And then the final thing I'll say, we have a lot of people, we have a lot of community members from Latin America and from the general diaspora and concern of pricing and all those kind of things are there. But, you know, right now, some of you are making such a powerful contribution to the community through your time. And I'm really sensitive to, you know, value exchange and to volunteerism and to building community without paying people. And we're working really hard to push forward what is it that will give us the most value. I want to point out and highlight Colleen. And I know I missed, and I want to acknowledge I missed our meeting yesterday. I was dealing with getting ready for a call with one of our partners. Well, actually, we sealed that deal in agreement, at least verbally, but your work on the core kit and just spending time with you and getting to know you on our weekly kind of calls where we're just designing together has had a very profound impact on me. How powerful your voice is, how valid and valuable how you see the world is, and seeing the world through your eyes and witnessing you in the process of our work has been, you know, transformative for me. And at the same time, you know, we're getting the core kits done and we're getting, you know, the promotions done every week. And the same thing with Mauricio. We talk, you know, every week. You know, I'm coaching him on his business plan. You know, I'm witnessing how great his collaboration is, you know, and what he's doing and how he's growing as a man and as someone who believes in love first. You know, he's a reflection of me. He's that first user profile or co-creator profile to the T, and Adriana is the designer tu bruja to the T. You know, it's really powerful to witness. And if you are interested in it, but you're shy because of, oh my God, I don't have the money to pay, or I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't want anybody not to do it and to email Keone just because of that. And we will figure out those mechanics behind the scenes. And my expectation is that we all join, and whether you're paying full price, whether you paid for the year, or whether you're didn't and you're volunteering, or whether you're, whatever the mechanics is, that's between us and that person. And we help each other unconditionally to grow. I do want to do business development together. I do want people like, you know, Bobby, who's an OG, to support those who are not. We're working to figure out how, you know, our blockchain community gets integrated, how we can begin providing, you know, for the community as a whole. And again, it's an experiment. And I'm done feeling guilty or feeling bad, you know, to take all this, you know, together to the woo side, which Keone approved the woo side as a word. But the results will speak for themselves, regardless of, you know, the fear that we might have of being ourselves.
Welcome to the woo side. Alrighty, y'all. So that was the invitation to the Accelerator Program. You know, whatever your interest level is, just reach out. I'd love to hear from you. And here we are, guys. We are in the upload. So the question was, what was one valuable thing that you got from today's broadcast? We'd love to hear. Floor's open, y'all.
Unlimited, unbridled potential. I think that's something that I really stood out to me, and just love, passion from the community that's going to help us get there. Whatever our goals are, we're going to work together to reach those you know, those personal goals or those team goals that we have, and that's just amazing. So really cool to see, really cool to be part of.
Thank you so much for the kind words, brother. Conde in the chat.
Yes, in this time, I guess I'm here since, I guess, 1 year, and I have learned some methodology to design and also to transform my business. It's helping me now to get better contact, to be more clear, and to create new things. Also because I'm in contact with some members of the community, and we are building the system inside of us. So I believe that the new project Accelerator going to be really something powerful that's going to help us to work more focused and to reach better our goals this year.
Thank you so much for that, Hania.
I love you, all of you.
I love you, and I love all of you as well. Mucho more.
Just wanted to say thank you because with that, I felt before that I wasn't able to join because of the price, because we're from a developing country here in the Philippines, so it's quite expensive. But yeah, I just really wanted to be a part of this community, and I wanted to share my time, my talent, everything, because from last year to now, the growth I've experienced, it's all thanks to what Mary, Jose, Keone created. And I don't know how to express my gratitude, but through service. I think that's my love language. And so I just wanted to say I'm very excited for what's to come and to see everyone growing, participating, speaking up, owning their voice, owning their story. It's such a treat to hear every day. And I think that's one valuable thing that I look forward to every week is all of you in this community, because you help me wake up in the morning. So thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. We're really honored to have you as a member of our tribe. You know, your leadership is so powerful, and the value that you've had, you know, to other members in the community is really inspiring. So yeah, we're grateful. Thank you.
Hi, can I go?
Yes, you may.
Well, first of all, thank you everyone that it is in the background. It's filling my heart with so much joy and colors. It's amazing. Thank you very much. First of all, I have been here from almost 6 months, and it has been such a wonderful experience. It has been it has made me grow so much internally and professionally, but the one that I value the most is inside myself, and growing together, listening to your stories. Everyone's story is unique. It has so much value, but it also teaches me something about me. And once I would just want to thank you for everyone that is sharing their story. Also, I have made amazing friends inside the circles, and I'm very, very happy to be here. And I cannot be more excited for what's to come, and I can be part of it. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for using the background.
Thank you and your incredible creativity.
Hey y'all, I would just like to express some gratitude for Pape and for Dexter and for all the folks here that aren't afraid to open up. I get inspiration from you guys by just the freeness of your voice and the deep insights that you have and the way you do it from your experience in your own unique way. I get a lot of inspiration from that to help myself be able to open up more and continue this journey of knocking down walls. You know, you've knocked down one wall, there's another wall. So yeah, the valuable thing I got from this session was gratitude. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah, man. You know, the secret is there are always walls. The walls don't stop. It's the momentum, right? The easiest way to keep momentum is to travel as a community. You know, get support from one another.
It's just an honor to witness you and your growth and the clarity and stepping in what you're doing for in your work. It's just very powerful to witness. So thank you.
Yeah. Conde, did you want to share?
Yeah. So what I wanted to say, Conde mentioned while we're running out of time, To quote a friend, all we have is time. If you need to go, if you have meetings, if you need to drop off, please don't feel the pressure to stay here. Just say goodbye. It's a fluid space. We'll go on for a little longer and let the inspiration flow. So Kande, if you want to share, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in a shifting period since COVID, and I run an agency, graphic design agency since 11 years, and now I'm shifting in teaching for teenagers. And this is quite like on the mindset, something that is quite difficult for me because I'm going back and forth. And at the same time, I had a lot of good opportunities that leads me to create like an event that will come up in 3 weeks. And this is my first event. And at the same time, I want to really create like and master the online part because in 11 years, I never had to promote myself. I was really working on my design and had a lot of referee. So I was figuring out maybe I have to master that because you never know. And for me, this is that shift is quite difficult. So you have kind of advice or something that you think about it?
Yeah, I'll address that very directly because this week for Keone and for Mary and for myself, as a leader, and I haven't admitting and recognizing that I haven't been willing to step into leadership from an integrated way. And, someone very special to me yesterday told me that you can request, accountability and still do it with love. And earlier in the week, I was telling Keone that it was not acceptable not to have his Instagram account with something on it. And as creatives, exploring why it is that we can't share ourselves on social media. Of course, there's a judgment that everybody's doing it, that, I'm not special, that, et cetera. My judgment, and I did a video about it because I was just feeling it so strongly. It's like, I'm inconsistent, there's like this deep shame and also with my former business partner, Christo, how prolific he was and is on like doing all that. There's a deep shame in me of me not being able to perform at that level or to do that quantitatively or to do the right mechanics on Instagram or to be that person. And the download I keep on getting is that's, you're not Christo. You're not, someone else, you are you, and your gift is different when your gift is valid. So why are we doing it? And the purpose of why we do maybe social media or why we want to grow and the mechanics of how we do it don't necessarily have to be, the linear and the numeric, but, Papa said it, share, bring a friend, highlight Pape, I want to do Instagram takeovers of We Are the Systm account. We talked to a partner yesterday who is now going to sponsor the Systm and give us, a great deal of help in doing programmatic, and also to share it with our community on how to do marketing automation, HubSpot, for all the things that we're doing. And I was like almost in tears when, he's like, what, I love what you're doing. And we're here. And of course, it's an exchange because we're going to be helping his agency create the content by simply doing it as a webinar for us here as a community. Anyway, but the point I want to make for you, Kande, is that this transition is also the transition that I'm making. It's a transition that Keone is making. Is a transition that many of us are making. And that's what we want to do. And, in the accelerator or not in the accelerator, just do it together and support you in that kind of process of your brand being highlighted as you, as a person, as an individual. So we're here for you, yeah. And we want to make sure that all of us are able to share without shame and without, our special gifts. So that's why the first module is your story, telling your story. That's why I'm so excited that on Roxana's podcast, I listened to it and it's in Spanish, but I was like, oh my God, that's my story. And it's like, I'm in tears listening to it. And it's because I had never heard it, and when I flow, I don't necessarily like, I'm not conscious of what I'm saying per se. I mean, I am, but I'm not. It's just coming from spirit. So welcome. And, you know, we're here for you to help you with that transition.
Yeah. Glad to have you here, Conde.
Hey, I wanted to say something to Jose, is that I also see myself in you, and it's so exciting for me looking to the future, like looking to you and knowing that I'm going to be a rockstar motherfucker and that I'm going to be so amazing like you are. So, you know, for me, like when you say that you see yourself in me, I also see myself in you, and it's just an inspiration. And I heard your post today in the morning before going running, and we all suffer from that self-judge, and it's the future self, you know, just judging because we want to grow so bad. And I was running and I saw this old dude running faster than me, and it was like, why am I running so slow? And then I said to myself, like, but why are you judging yourself, and why are you judging him, and why are you competing? And then I said to myself, okay, I want to run faster, then just run faster. Just do it. And I kept saying it. I want to run faster, then I'm going to run faster. And I just started running and running and running. And I said, like, I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be like you in 20 years. And it's amazing to see you. And I thank you every single day for being yourself, because you're more than enough, bro. Like, you don't have to do more than what you're doing, you know? And just thank you. Like I will create another slide that will be like a slap. Every time you judge yourself will be like, bah, stop it, blah, stop it. And just I will keep you accountable, because you're fucking amazing, dude. I'm Pop and I'm fucking complete.
You know, so I got
You got a million cookies.
All right. It looks like
So we're officially in cookie time.
Yep. Yeah, we are. So let's do the outro, y'all. You know, as always, if you guys aren't connected with us, you know, connect with us on the socials. I got the backhand. Psh, get on Insta, motherfucker. So yeah, I'm getting on Insta, and we're going hard in the paint. Core, check it out. Core is magic. You know, if you're interested, they're the sponsor of the show as always. We always ask you guys to like and subscribe, connect wherever we are on the interwebs. But let's get into it. Music and no cookies, because we've arrived.
Hey, I got to get in on the gratitude energy.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I feel you, brother.
So, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, express gratitude, you know, to, you know, you, Keone, you, Jose, and Mary, because I discovered Core, like, you know, 2 years ago-ish, you know, stumbling upon the school videos when they was like in black and white, and, you know, trying to find my way with this, you know, design thing. And, you know, watching those videos really like opened my eyes up to, I was like, yo, I really suck out here. Like, I was doing this at like a low level, and, you know, just all those gems like that should change my life, like, for real. And I like, you know, I just want y'all to know like the impact that had on me. Like, that shit really changed my life. And then, you know, when I discovered Core, I'm telling you, I did not have 400 or however much it was. Like, I did not have that shit, you know, too bad. But, you know, I just put out the intention. I just said, you know, if it's meant for me to, you know, do this, then, you know, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to make the moves on my end. And if it's meant, you know, it's going to happen. And that shit happened. And it was crazy. I was like, oh, snaps, like, I'm in here. So, like, when the pieces, you know, came together, and it's like, you know, it really took, you know, the value I was able to offer to a whole other level. And it's because, you know, Jose is the way he is. You know, just that genuine desire to, you know, spread love and spread value. Like, that's what I connect with. And, you know, because I was in, you know, the future group with, you know, Chris, and it was like, you know, no knock to them, but, you know, I just didn't feel that same connection as I do, you know, with this group, you know, with people just, you know, we genuinely, like, we want to spread love at the same time. Like that's also a major component of like why we're here. And you know, shout out to my guy Pape Queso Pa Mi Gente, you feel me? Like I've been in this, like I had been coming to this, like I had been coming to meetings for like the longest, and I just be in the cut, you know, not saying nothing for real. And then one day Pape was like, "Hey, you should talk more," and I'm like, "Oh, say less." And so just, you know, that push to like ever since then, like the value that I feel like I've been able to, I feel like I've been able to actually add value now, and it's just like it's been like a real life-changing moment, and to really like, you know, develop such a strong connection with the community that I could have been doing. So yeah, I just want, you know, all y'all to know, like y'all being who y'all are changed my life, and you know that's the realest shit ever worked. You hear me? So yeah, I appreciate y'all for real, for real.
Real talk, man. Dexter, really appreciate you, man. Tom, I know you're taking off. Glad to see you with us, brother. I would love to have you join the conversation a little bit more, but no rush, man. You know, when you feel inspired, jump in. But Dexter, man, real talk. And, you know, you really brought up something that was super important. That is, you know, you have to burn the boats. You know, that was sort of like our theme internally with our team. And it's sort of like, okay, let's make the commitment and jump. We're making the commitment to jump for you, for the community. You made the commitment to jump for yourself through CORE. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a community through the Accelerator Program where it doesn't have to be as painful as it can be, and to really help that transition, and to ease the transition. You know, the Accelerator Program is about transitioning into your best self, professionally and personally. And you know, like you just epitomize that in your share, man. So thank you, brother, man. So grateful for you, man, and just really excited for this community to move forward and make the jump into the Accelerator Program. So yeah,
let's do it. All right, let's put a little bit of music and say thank you. And Katarina, Catherine, Kande, so beautiful to see you guys. Oh man, Camila, cousin Marlene, always here.
Yeah.
Priscila, you are so amazing. Tengo que aprender catalán. Adriana, thank you for the backgrounds. Pape is portal jumping.
Yeah.
Let's get some merch going. Bobby, that's we got the Shopify going.
Yeah.
You know, building this into a movement, building it into a business. I don't like the word, like, let's not call it business, but building it into global sustainability, building it into global energy. And that's really the next, or not the next, we've already been doing it. One thing I'll say, and this is more of a secret, you know, if you build anything online, the community is really definitely the foundation. La comunidad es todo, es la base. And it took me 3 years to build the schools community just like this, every day, hand by hand, you know, with love. And then we scaled it, you know, and now we need to scale it. And I all my doubts about how to do it, all my doubts about, you know, my ability to do it as a leader, all are answered in community, because everything is manifesting and showing up, you know, no matter what it is, you know. It's never doubt, just look at your superpower and go into it. And Porsche, you know, I love your crew, your family, seeing you. Patricia, thank you for all of the love and for all the support and for all the work you're doing and the work you're going to be doing with us. And again, I just want to really reemphasize this, that if we can empower, if we can highlight, if we can build your practices and have you succeed and, you know, be able to take care of your families wherever you are in the United States and Philippines and Latin America and Africa, if we can do that from this global kind of channel, we're all channel and we're all broadcasting. That's actually powerful. That makes us the system. There are no systems above us. There is no principality. There is no government. There is no, you know, school. And it's okay that we are who we are, that we are other, that we are Wusai, that we are Pape, that we are Hanya, that we have French accents, Spanish accents, you know, we represent el sabor. Oh, damn, there goes the background. We represent el sabor y eso es, bueno, un mensaje de amor, un mensaje de apreciación in an English accent of appreciation for every single one of you. Much love.
Much love, y'all.
I think we should just start dancing. Love you, Patricia. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Peace, y'all. We love y'all.
Arsenio J.
Yo.
Hear from you. Say hi.
Well, all the people them.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone.
Rafa, you're killing it. Keep being yourself, bro, and thank you for sharing. You're amazing.
You're welcome, Papa. You as well. You're a catalyst. So I honor you and thank you, Papa.
All right, y'all. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you on Monday, 5 o'clock PST. Clubhouse.
Everybody look up Pape for the love of God.
Wait, you got to turn off the broadcast and just turn off this share and let's just focus on Pape. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna pin it just so that I'm gonna spotlight it just so. Wait, hold on. There we go. That is the best use of that background. This is gonna go viral. We're just gonna put a video of Pape. That's called portal jumping. Oh wow! If you watch Castlevania, you guys should watch Castlevania on Netflix. There's a portal jumping scene. But Pape, no, keep on going, Pape. Keep on going. Go more. Ay, Dios mío. Ay. ¿Qué cosa? That's Papa's interpretation of how core allows you to portal jump.
Yeah.
Core is.
Oh my God. All right. Well, with that, people, love you.
Much love.
All right. Much love. I'm going to
disappear into the portal.
But remember, folks, core is my day. And I'm so tired.